on Talksport. Liverpool looking to win back the cup they lost in March. The champions take on the FA Cup holders, Crystal Palace, and it's live on Talksport with League Cup winner Charlie Adam alongside your commentator Jim Proudfoot.
Thank you, Adrian, and a very good evening to you from Anfield on one of those cold autumn nights where you can see your breath in the air, which is thick with the accompanying trepidation of the locals. How stark the contrast to the last meeting of the sides here at Anfield some 5 months ago, when each club gave the other regard of honour to mark their respective achievements. Liverpool at the end of their long lap of honour for winning the league as early as they did. Palace fresh from their first piece of major silverware, whilst they further filled the trophy cabinet by edging out the Reds in the Community Shield. But neither are replicating the mood of those heady days right now. The Eagles' displays have been better than their results and league position suggests, but they've lost as many games in the last 3 weeks or so as they did in the previous 8 months, whilst Liverpool have won all but one of their matches here this season, yet they start the night having lost their last 4 in the league, having lost only 3 of the previous 39. It's been a sudden, dramatic, largely unforeseen fall from grace. No side in the last 70 years has been crowned champions after losing 4 league games in a row. But there's little thought of allowing the 11 to play their way back into form. Instead, the majority of the chips are going in on Saturday's game with Villa here, as Arne Slot makes 10 changes. Now, seeing a League Cup side that incorporates all 9 of the subs from the previous league game isn't that uncommon. It's very rare for nearly all of the weekend starters to have the night off completely. That means there are 2 Liverpool debutants. Freddie Woodman in goal is one of them. A back 4 of Calvin Ramsey, who plays for Liverpool for the first time in 3 injury-afflicted years. Gomez and Robertson at centre-half, and Kirkes at left-back, keeping his place. McAllister, Endo and Nioni in midfield. And a front 3 of 18-year-old Northern Ireland under-21 international Kieran Morrison, who also makes his debut. 17-year-old Rio Ngamoa plays on the left, and Federico Chiesa leads the line. Palace make 5 changes to the team that was beaten by Arsenal. Benitez in goal, Canvo, Lacroix and Gehi, Munoz, Kamada, Hughes and Sosa, and then Sarr and Pino in behind Eddie and Nketiah. Now, Charlie, there is a rumbling of discontent amongst some Liverpool fans here, some online as well, when they saw this team. Is it justifiable?
Of course it'll be justified because, you know, they expect this team to be winning and they want to win major trophies. But in the big scale of where Liverpool are at the moment, the most important game is at the weekend. They have to try and get some winning ways and get it back quickly. And again, so maybe giving the lads that feel like maybe going to play at the weekend can get a rest in midweek and get some good training work in and be prepared for the weekend. But what a wonderful opportunity for these young players, and you know, guided in Marshall by Chiesa, by Robertson, by Gomez, by Endo, an international player. So no, it looks like Endo's actually going to play centre back tonight, which we thought Robertson was going to play.
Certainly lining up there to start with. He has played there before. Wataru Endo, remember a League Cup tie at Southampton last season where he played in that position at the heart of the back line. Andy Robertson starting as a centre-half as well, potentially. It depends whether they are going to end up being a back 5 or a back 4, and exactly what Kirkes' role is going to be. We are underway. Liverpool haven't lost 5 games in a row against English opposition for 72 years. But after Saturday's defeat at Brentford, it is a possibility now. Palace have already got the better of them in the Community Shield. Can they knock the reshuffled Reds out of the League Cup and rewrite Anfield history in the process? First stoppage only took a few seconds in coming. Chiesa barging into the back of Will Hughes, who's down holding his head and needing treatment, Charlie.
Yeah, early stoppage here for Will Hughes, Chiesa. But what you do get from Liverpool is they know the energy needs to come from the crowd tonight. These are the games that sometimes you need the crowd, and for these young players to come and get the opportunity tonight. I actually coached against some of these lads that are starting tonight a few weeks ago, and so I've seen them close up, and so some real talent in this Liverpool group. And Ngamo is the one obviously this year that's scored the goal against Newcastle and is sort of burst onto the scene really this year, and the manager obviously trusts him and gives him that opportunity. But Anoni's one as well that's come in and had opportunities. So there's a lot of talent within the group in the under-21s, and you know, these are when these are the nights that you become, household name.
Yeah, Rio Ngamora only a couple of months past his 17th birthday, and still rightly dining out on that goal at Newcastle in the 10th minute of stoppage time that gave Liverpool will maintain their 100% start of the season. We're back underway. Liverpool, incidentally, defending the Kop end in this first half. They're in all red. They're kicking from right to left, and Palace in their change kit of all white. Liverpool have matched Palace up here, Charlie, playing with a back three. Robertson on the left of the three centre-halves and Endo on the right. He's in possession now, just rolling it out towards Calvin Ramsey. So good, heartening to see him back after the injury problems that he's had. Gomez nearly caught in possession here. Robertson had to dive in, one possession back, and then very ably stayed on his feet and played it out of trouble, out towards the far touchline. An opportunity for Ramsey to bring it forward. 0-0 with a couple of minutes gone, although we've probably only seen about a minute or so's worth of action. Kirkes turning it down towards Rio Ngamora, wearing 73, and who's just tackled by the referee there. Couldn't get out of his way, Craig Pawson. Liverpool do end up getting a throw, which Kirkes takes quickly right in front of us. We're situated very high here at Anfield, at the front of the top tier of the newest of the stands. And we're almost level with the edge of the penalty area that Crystal Palace are defending in front of the Anfield Road. Endo's got possession, right-footed ball chipped over the top. Should be easy for Lacroix. He's trapped the run of Ramsey, heads the ball out of play, and it's Liverpool that have the first corner of the night with 3 minutes gone. Yeah,
a real positive start, especially with Ngamora on this left-hand side, cutting inside, the referee getting away, but working the ball really well, Liverpool, and a lovely run from Ramsey in that sort of 8-pocket run, and defender put out for a corner. But again, for Liverpool, two really comfortable players playing in higher up in that position. The fullbacks coming inside and allowing that three to build. Robertson, he's played it for Scotland, so he understands the position. And again, Liverpool changing shape tonight, which is not something we've not seen.
It's an opportunity to try something a little bit different in terms of Arne Slot's game plan this evening. So here's the first corner. It's a right-footed away swing, which is headed away by Sarr. And it comes back outside the box for Morrison. Another delivery in from the right-hand side, caught comfortably by Walter Benitez, the second-choice keeper at Palace, but a man with plenty of experience. He was never present as PSV, won the Dutch League last season. Played in the third-round win against Millwall, which went to penalties. And Palace made it through that. And he's making his second appearance for the club today. 5 changes for Palace, 10 for Liverpool if you're just joining us. The Liverpool bench, very inexperienced. It's Gordon, Koenig-Doherty, Pennington, Figueroa, Nallo, Pilling, Lucky, Laffy and Peichi. That's the Liverpool bench with 10 of the 11 starters from the weekend getting the night off tonight. Here's Will Hughes, but it's too much on the pass forward. It should be easy for Freddie Woodman. He has to come outside the penalty area, sweeps it away left-footed, and out of play for a Crystal Palace throw. It's
amazing that obviously Palace, we talked about how well they've done, and they lose so many games in sort of 3 weeks, how that affects their confidence. They've been an unbelievable run. The manager's done a brilliant job with this group of players. Mark Gahey's just on the ball at the moment. Actually, was going to come to Liverpool in the summer, but never. And his performances have just, really improved as well. But this Liverpool team need to try and find some rhythm tonight quickly, because they're in a feeling of a tough moment for the football club, actually. Not just the players tonight, but the players that are sat on the side. So a win tonight here could lift this crowd, especially for the weekend coming up.
An opportunity for Ramsey. Gets the ball out to the right-hand touchline for Morrison. Ramsey checking back towards the edge of the penalty area. Now Munoz electing to head that away. Maybe didn't get a shout. It seemed as though it was overhit and drifting out of play. A play goes on with Kirkes. Down towards Rio Ngamora again. Really good start from this young, reshuffled Liverpool team tonight. They've been on the front foot from the off. There is a goal at Molineux, and we'll be there in a moment. Alexis McAllister lays it back for Andy Robertson. Robertson deeper to Joe Gomez. and he'll go deeper still to Wataru Endo. So let's get news of the deadlock being broken in the Black Country. Here's Talksport's Jeff Peters.
Things don't get any better for Wolves. They trail Chelsea by a goal to nil. Andre Santos with his first for the club. Wolves gave the ball away. Gittins just into the path of Santos outside the box, one touch, and then drilled low left-footed bottom corner. It's Wolves 0, Chelsea 1.
That game live on the Talksport app tonight. If you've got the app, it's easy to go between all three of our live games. As again, we bring you a choice of action. Liverpool bring the ball forward, and Gamoa in towards the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed shot. Cambo was in the way and was able to block it and clear. Out as far as Milos Kerkez. High hanging delivery in from him. It was attacked by Morrison, who did well to get up above Sosa. It became a difficult chance. He was just on his way down by the time the ball hit his head, and it's looped over the bar and out of play for a goal kick.
Brilliant from Ingamoa. He's 17 years of age. He's asking for the ball. He's direct. I could see Oliver Glasner going mad at Munoz here on the left-hand side. He cannot get near Ingamoa. He gave away a foul. He's drifting. He's slight. He wants to run in behind. And he's playing 1-2. He's started the game really, really well. And again, for Gordon coming off the opposite side, that's what you ask your winger, opposite winger. When the cross is coming in, can you get inside the back post? And he did that, and he was unlucky with that header.
So here on TalkSport, still 0-0 with 7.5 minutes in between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. And just to reiterate what is where tonight, over on TalkSport 2, Arsenal against Brighton on the TalkSport app. It's Wolves 0, Chelsea 1. And as I say, if you have the app, it's easy to listen to all three games via the app. You just go down to the tab that says live action, and everything becomes self-explanatory very quickly. Also keeping you up to date with events in South Wales. Swansea against Manchester City is goalless. Newcastle against Spurs kicks off at 8, and almost a full card of action in the Premiership tonight in Scotland, where Rangers already lead at Hibs by a goal to nil. Danny Lowe scoring a 5th-minute goal there, his third of the season, as Rangers look for just their second win in the last 6 games. Hibs third at the start of the night, but it's Hibs 0, Rangers 1. Still 0-0 Celtic against Falkirk, as Celtic, who on the back of league defeats, back-to-back league defeats for the first time since 2013, hope that it's a happy homecoming for Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney. Still 0-0 with 9 minutes played there. We're 8.5 minutes in here at Anfield. Liverpool against Crystal Palace is 0-0. Glasgow never a manager that is unduly fazed by seeing his side not having too much possession. That's kind of the game plan as far as Crystal Palace are concerned, but they really haven't had much of it so far. No,
and he's very animated on the side here. He was shouting to Benitez, the goalkeeper, to try and play long, because it's 1v1 at the back. Gomez and Nketiah were at the back, but they wanted to play short.
And now they can bring it forward with a cross that comes in towards Eddie Nketiah, but it's easily headed away by Joe Gomez. Brought further clear through the midfield by Ngamoa, whose approach play was better than the subsequent passes. He looked for Morrison, but still deflected off Sosa, and goes out of play for a throw that will be taken on the Liverpool right.
Lovely. He's getting his name sung now, but his control, the way he wants to go by people is brilliant, and unlucky with the pass, but again got a throw in there. But for Palace, the manager he's not happy from the side again in terms of the structure of the team and looking to play forward. Not really had much of the ball. He's won a foul.
Yeah, it was McAllister on Sarr, and that gives Palace a free kick. 3 cuts of grass away outside the penalty area, so 18 yards or so away from the edge of the box in front of the Kop, with 10 minutes played on a relatively clear and chilly evening here on Merseyside. The lights of the city visible to us, or some of them, over the Kop away to our right-hand side.
Well, you don't feel it's cold. You've not got your jacket on here tonight. I've got a big massive jacket on me.
I never feel the cold. I think it's my prodigious layers of natural insulation, Charlie, I think is what it is. We'll be off to Arsenal in a moment after Crystal Palace set up this free kick. There's 2 in the Liverpool wall, which is going to have to go back a good 5-6 yards or so. Craig Pawson is just measuring out those 10 yards now and calling the 2 youngsters in the wall back. And they're much closer to the edge of the D now. And in fact, as soon as they're back, they do disappear. Sosa preparing to take this free kick. Stands with both arms above his head. Croatian international just preparing to swing this in left-footed into a congested penalty area. Sitting in very deep for Lacroix's header back inside the 6-yard box. But Liverpool can deal with that and get it away to Hughes. Hughes with a little reverse ball. Palace have still got plenty forward, 5 of them in white inside the penalty area. Resistance from any of the Eagles in possession to try and deliver the ball inside the box at the moment. Sosa will knock it forward out of the blonde-haired Hughes on the left-hand touchline in front of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand. Back it comes again. Kamada picking it up in the midfield. Well challenged, but play goes on. And Liverpool with Ramsey almost taking too much time on the edge of their own box are able to get it away as the deadlock is broken in South Wales. Swansea against Manchester City. Here's Ian Danter.
Swansea 1, Manchester City 0. Wonderful hit from Gonzalo Franco from the edge of the area. Swansea broke down the right. Josh Key fed it to Franco at the edge of the D, and he swept it home past Trafford into the top corner. Swansea 1, Manchester City 0.
Haven't beaten City in 15 attempts, which is a run that goes back to 2012, but they lead there. Swansea 1, Manchester City 0. Chelsea leading at Wolves. It's goalless at Arsenal and here at Liverpool, and they're just about to kick off at Newcastle as Liverpool bring the ball out from the back once more with Joe Gomez. Better spell of pressure from Palace over the last couple of minutes. Liverpool have been on the back foot, but now are going to be able to bring it away through the midfield. There's just a little bit of pinball as the ball smacks back off the head of Hughes and goes out of play for a Liverpool throw. Here's Charlie Adam.
Yeah, much better from Palace, getting a little bit more control of the game there, but sloppy from Liverpool. Kerkez trying to play a straight pass into Chiesa, they lose it, and all of a sudden Nketiah has a chance. But positive from Palace, being more aggressive, like the Palace, getting after Liverpool, putting them under pressure. But at the moment, looking from where we are, it looks on the pitch that Liverpool just got overloads everywhere, and they're finding that spare pair too quickly for Palace. So the structure needs to change from or understanding who's jumping or who's moving from the slot.
Robertson comes out, attacks the space in front of him, finds Kerkez, then to Rio and Gamoa. To the edge of the penalty area for Alexis McAllister, who steps away from the challenge of Kamada, down towards Robertson. Robertson for Kerkez and swiftly back again. And then Andy Robertson takes a touch and goes back inside the centre circle for Joe Gomez. Gomez working it out to the Liverpool right, and an opportunity for Ramsey now. Lays it back for Endo. And then Morrison will find Gomez. Gomez puts his foot on the ball in the heart of the midfield. And Andy Robertson can come forward from the back again. They've got a good record here in this competition, Liverpool. They've won each of their last 6 League Cup ties at Anfield. In fact, the last home elimination they suffered 5 years ago when they went out on penalties at Arsenal in a 4th round tie. Haven't lost here in the League Cup in 90 minutes since Chelsea beat them back in the 2018-18-19 season. Liverpool have got that again with Alexis McAllister. Chance for him to play his way back into a little bit of form tonight by the standards that he's set himself with Brighton and with Liverpool themselves. He's just struggled over the course of this season so far. A few in the crowd a little bit frustrated at his tardiness and getting the ball through the midfield there, but Rio and Gamoa's got it now on the left-hand side of the box. Pulled back outside the penalty area again. Trainioni to his right-hand side. Now to Endo. A lovely turn by Morrison and Ramsey. And Liverpool can emerge with possession again with Nioni. Down it comes for Kerkez. Kerkez controlling it, lays it back for Robertson. And all of this passage of play for Liverpool is concentrated about 10 yards or so outside the Crystal Palace penalty area. Now it breaks down and Munoz can get it clear. Another goal at Molineux. Here's Jeff Peters.
It's Wolves 0, Chelsea 2. Tyreek George has doubled the lead. Jamie Gittins with the assist again. Quick counter-attack down the left-hand side. Gittins crossed and a simple tap-in for George. And with 15 gone, it's Wolves 0, Chelsea 2.
And Rio Gamoa from the edge of the penalty area let fly, brought it onto his right foot, curved it towards the top right-hand corner, and probably put it half a yard wide and the foot over the bar.
Yeah, again, cutting inside, but brilliant play from Liverpool. Really, Kerkez is playing at the back of Sarr, and he doesn't really know if he should jump to Robertson and open the space up. But once he does, and he jumps, he slots it, he just gives it to Ngamoa Robertson, and he's 1v1, and that's what he wants, coming that inside. For me, Chiesa's the 9. He keeps coming too close to Ngamoa, and he's trying to link the play. You're the number 9 in the game. Stay in the box and wait for a cross. But the young lad started really well.
Chiesa leading the line tonight. It's only his 6th start for Liverpool. He did come off the bench to score against Palace earlier this season. Of course, scored in the League Cup final last year for Liverpool, who have played in 3 of the last 4 League Cup finals, winning in 2022 and 2024 as well. A part of their record tally of 10 League Cup successes. For their part, Palace have never reached the final. 4-time semi-finalists. 2 of those 4 semi-final defeats have come against Liverpool. 16 minutes in tonight, and it's Liverpool 0, Palace 0.
And maybe the Carabao Cup they feel is obviously they won the FA Cup, but getting the Carabao Cup with the big teams probably dropping players or leaving players out, this is an opportunity for them to get to Wembley or to maybe to win a trophy. I think that's what a lot of the other clubs in the Premier League think, that the Carabao is probably the best opportunity to win a trophy. So you see that tonight with the team that they've picked.
Gets you into Europe as well. Now Palace have a corner, won by Sosa over on the far touchline. It's their first of the night. Sosa, the former Ajax man who made his Premier League debut on Sunday as a late substitute, although he's featured more extensively in Europe. Getting the start tonight. So Palace setting up here with Sosa at the near post. Eddie Nketiah is in the 6-yard box as well. Lacroix and Guéhi stand by the penalty spot. Sarr's the deepest of them all. Plenty of movement inside the penalty area. It's hitting deep towards Lacroix, who tends to be the man that peels away to that far post area. It's come off him last. He thought it hit Milos Kerkez, but a goal kick has been given, which Freddie Woodman will take. 17 gone here on Talksport. It's Liverpool 0, Palace 0.
Yeah, great blocking from Kerkez, just standing in the way of Lacroix, not allowing him to jump for the ball. But that's what you want is your blockers in the set plays to do your job, and he did that well because he's got a massive height difference, but he didn't allow him to get a run or a jump on him, and it was good from Kerkez there.
Let's go to the Emirates. Arsenal, Brighton, Ian Abrahams.
Arsenal 0, Brighton 0, but Brighton should be 2 or 3 up here. Simas, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, should have done a whole lot better than putting it wide. Root had a shot saved, so did Belieber, and Arsenal have offered very little at the moment going forward. Arsenal 0, Brighton 0, live on Talksport 2.
It is live on Talksport 2, and still Chelsea leading by 2 goals to 0 away at Wolves on the Talksport app. Here on Talksport, Jim Proudfoot and Charlie Adam talking you through the action at Anfield, where it's 0-0 between Liverpool and Palace. That means that Liverpool have got further without conceding a goal than they have in any of the last 5 games, where they have been a goal down inside 16 minutes on each occasion. But Palace have hardly had a chance worthy of the name so far.
Well, it just shows that the size of the football club and the run that they've been on, the criticism that you take because of that, and the size of losing 4 in a row is not acceptable at Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, it's been tough for these group of players in terms of not just the ones that are playing, but also the squad waiting for an opportunity. So again, let's say tonight, this is an opportunity for these boys that are playing tonight to put the thought in Arne Slot's head for the weekend or for games in the future.
Blatant handball by Robertson, just instinctively throwing out a left-hander's Sarr's pass. Threatened to get in past him towards Nketiah. Free kick taken quickly. Palace bring it forward into Liverpool territory with Hughes. Out to Sosa. Back from the Croatian to Kamada, whose 2 Palace goals have both come in this competition. Back from him for Maxence Lacroix. Now Canvo, who had a tough night against AEK Larnaca. He was at fault last Thursday for the goal that the Cypriot scored. Better days certainly lie ahead for him, who has come with a great reputation after his £20 million move from Toulouse. Ramsey over on the far touchline wins the throw, but right down by his own corner flag. And we're through the opening 20 minutes. In Scotland, Hibs 0, Rangers 1. Aberdeen have just taken the lead at Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock 0, Aberdeen 1. They've both come into that game on the back of 2 straight defeats. But Aberdeen leading at Rugby Park with a goal from the veteran Stuart Armstrong there. So Rangers ahead, Aberdeen ahead, Celtic still 0-0 with Falkirk. We'll keep you updated. Goalless at Motherwell and St Mirren as well. St Mirren taking on the league leaders' hearts, but that's 0-0 in Paisley at the moment. The Anfield choirs finding their voice. 0-0 as we approach the midway stage of the first half. Largely chances, and Gamoa the closest to scoring at the moment. All back at the feet of Benitez, the Palace goalkeeper. And from him to Canvo. Munoz under pressure, did well, worked it back inside for Canvo, and now Sarr can take on Robertson. And he's running briskly towards the edge of the penalty area. Fires in across, which is cleared. Kamada should be able to pick it up. Gets there ahead of Morrison. Lays it back towards Mark Gahey. Now Hughes has it, 20 yards outside the box. Gahey again out towards Sosa. And Sosa's cross is easily blocked, but he'll have a second opportunity to be able to find a man. It's Gahey that he just plays in, rolls it down the inside left channel. Should be easy for Ramsey to bring back under control with the aid of Morrison. His clearance almost fell in a dangerous area for Kamada near the edge of the box, but Liverpool have been able to get it away, and Ngamoha has done well to feed Kirkas. So now Liverpool can look forward and get themselves on the front foot again. Still 0-0 with 22 played. Here's Ngamoha coming inside. Canva putting the pressure on, and that pressure was telling. The loose ball goes through towards Benitez.
Yeah, that was the opportunity for Kirkus to play forward and run forward quicker. They just delayed it to Ngamoha and allowed Palace to get back into shape. They've got a brilliant shape, Palace, out off the ball. And, they've been really diligent in that. But again, when you've got the opportunity to break, Liverpool, they need to break quicker because they've got the speed in the wide areas. Morrison and Ngamoha, they're quick.
Now ball played by Liverpool over the top, an opportunity for Chiesa to try and take it on, and he's fired it over the bar. Really good chance for a player of his quality as they turned the Palace back line for the first time, and Chiesa took a touch, got it onto his left foot, but leaning back, couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, he's just offside, but it was a chance there. It was a long ball straight over the top, and Chiesa just couldn't get that speed to get away from Canva and Lacroix, but it looks like Ngamoha's got a problem here.
Yeah, he's down in the midfield and is receiving treatment, and that is not a good sign after the excellent start that he's made. Does give us an opportunity to go back around the grounds. We'll go first to Molineux. The game is live on the Talksport app. Chelsea in complete control, Jeff.
They are indeed. They lead Wolves by 2-0. Andre Santos with the opener after 5 minutes, after Wolves gave the ball away, and then Tyreek George rolled in the second from close range. Gittins with both assists. To make matters worse for Wolves, they've lost Doherty to injury. Rodrigo Gomez has come on. You're getting sacked in the morning. Wolves fans singing that to their own manager. Wolves 0, Chelsea 2.
And to the Emirates, Ian Abrahams.
Arsenal 0, Brighton 0. Brighton continues to have the better chances. Belieber from distance with a shot saved by Kepa, and also from distance Gomez just wide. But Arsenal got a corner right now. This is probably their best goal-scoring opportunity with their love of scoring from set pieces. The game is live on Talksport 2. Arsenal 0, Brighton 0.
And what's going on at Swansea? Ian Danter.
Swansea City 1, Manchester City 0, 23 gone. Swansea more than a match for their Premier League opponents. A brilliant goal from Gonzalo Franco on 12 minutes to put the Swans in front. They're playing 5 at the back and trying to restrict the Premier League side getting down the flanks with Doku and Bob. And for the most part, it's working. Swansea 1, Manchester City 0.
Back underway here. Ngamoha has had his treatment. He's just waiting for permission to come back onto the field. And another stoppage as the ball is arrowed down towards the corner flag, and a Palace player is down in need of treatment. We'll go to St James's Park, about 10 minutes in there. The holders Newcastle against Spurs. Mark Wilson.
Yeah, Newcastle 0, Spurs 0. Bright start from the home side. Chiao free header into the 6-yard box. Willock's shot was blocked. Then we've just seen Jacob Ramsey played in. He did well. Got his shot away, but it was blocked at the other end. Richarlison on the break. Nice break, but Chiao got the block in. It's Newcastle 0, Spurs 0.
Away from the football, Talksport has live and free basketball on our YouTube channel. You can watch the London Lions in action from the Copper Box Arena right now as they look to make it 3 Euro Cup wins on the bounce. That's live free basketball tonight over on the Talksport YouTube channel, available right now. So live basketball, 3 live football matches for you as well on the Talksport network. Munoz is still being attended to. He got a bang to the head, so they're having to go through the full concussion protocol, although he's all right. He's going to be able to continue by the look of it. In Scotland still just the 2 goals in the opening 25 minutes. Rangers ahead at Hibs. Aberdeen leading at Kilmarnock. Goalless Celtic against Falkirk. Motherwell against Dundee United. And St Mirren hoping to avoid a 4th straight defeat against the Hearts side, who are 8 points clear at the top. 0-0. It's been quite stop-start here.
Yeah,
Charlie.
I was just about to say it's gone flat a little bit, hasn't it, with this opportunity with the injuries to Ngamoha and to Munoz here on his face. But Liverpool started brightly. Palace have actually grown into the game and got a little bit more control of it. But it's really important for Liverpool just to keep rhythm and tempo, getting Ingamo on the ball, trying to get him 1v1 against Munoz in this wide area, because he's the bright spark so far within the game.
Munoz getting back to his feet. One man that they can't call upon tonight, incidentally, Adam Wharton, who had travelled with Palace. It was going to be in the matchday squad tonight. He's had to pull out through illness, so that's why he's not featuring. Most of the Palace players, with the exception of Wharton and also Chris Richards, who started at the weekend, are here and available, with Henderson and Mitchell and Mateta on the bench. Richards and Wharton not featuring, and the other 6 all starting. So it has been one of the reasons why Glasner has had success. His reluctance to do what Liverpool are doing tonight and indulge in wholesale rotation. He's named a strong side for nearly every cup tie he's been the manager of Palace for.
Yeah, he's tried to do that, and again it comes down to getting rhythm and getting confidence in the group and the team. But with European football now, that maybe gives him a different thought now, that gives people an opportunity. Obviously he's giving more players an opportunity in Europe at the moment, but this is a tough place to go. What a pass.
That's a wonderful quick free kick that has been taken, and Rio Ingamo is on the end of that excellent long ball. He chops back, takes 3 out of it. Lovely reverse ball for Chiesa, who fires it in low through the 6-yard box, and it's beaten away by Benitez.
That was an incredible ball for, I think it was Calvin Ramsey's, just drilled one 60-70 yards upside the pitch. Ingamo cuts inside and he lays it on a play for Chiesa to have a shot, but he was too wide on his left foot, and it was a good save by the goalkeeper. But quick thinking from Ramsey there.
27 minutes in, it's 0-0. Woodman driving the ball down to this near touchline over Kirkaz and straight out of play. Big night for Freddie Woodman. Signed on a free from Preston over the summer. He has made 4 Premier League appearances, but the last of those for Newcastle was back in 2021, so a lot of his career has been as a championship keeper, and he arrived here as third choice behind Alisson and Mamadashvili, but getting his opportunity tonight in the League Cup with Mamadashvili rested and Alisson still out. Woodman, the son of Andy Woodman, Gareth Southgate's best mate. Gareth is his godfather, and Andy Woodman on the books of Palace for 5 years at the start of his career. That's where he and Gareth Southgate know each other from. And
an excellent job he's doing at Bromley as well. He's done a brilliant job there, Andy, and he's done well getting them from National League and up. So no, it's good to see. And again, like I say, Fred Woodman getting the opportunity tonight, that maybe coming in here as third choice and taking that step back in terms of playing regular for Preston to come to a club like Liverpool, to be in the round a bit, to get that opportunity tonight to show that if called upon, which he's not too far away with the injuries to some goalkeepers. So yeah, no, it's good that he's getting that opportunity tonight. We're just looking at Kerkez tonight. I look at him and I think this possibly is a position for him in strength in terms of being as a wing back, where he doesn't really have to defend as much as he does, because I think defensively that's one of something that he needs to get better at. But playing higher up or wider with Robertson on the inside of him could really help him going forward, and maybe that's something that you think that Liverpool might change during the season. They might go to that back three and look at trying playing him as the wing back if needed.
An opportunity for Palace to bring the ball forward with half an hour in. And Eddie Nketiah making a run towards the near post. Left-hand side of the penalty area, it's laid back. Will Hughes with a left-footed effort, and Woodman caught it, just falling onto his knees, going away to his left. It was a comfortable save. His first thought to get the ball forward as quickly as he can, and he's found Chiesa 70 yards upfield. No flag against him. Chiesa wriggling past the challenge of Cambo. Then back on his feet, trying to take on Lacroix. Ended up going down a blind alley. But with no advantage Liverpool's way, the referee has pulled play back to give Liverpool a free kick for a foul on Chiesa.
Yeah, brilliant play from him. Great touch inside, and there was no support. Nobody was getting up quick enough to help him, and he managed to wriggle a few, and he managed to get that foul and get opportunity for Robertson to deliver it.
2 significant goals in Scotland, where Celtic lead Falkirk 1-0. Johnny Kenny, and moments before that was scored, Leaders Hearts fell behind at St Mirren to a goal from Dan Lundulu.
Wow. Johnny Kenny, I tried to sign a couple of times when I was at Fleetwood as manager, when he was at Shamrock, and Celtic when he let him go.
Well, he scored a
If only.
It's got an absolute hatful of goals for Shamrock last season.
Yeah.
And has just got his second for Celtic this season. Celtic 1, Falkirk 0. Rangers still leading at Hibs 1-0. Hearts trailing at St Mirren by a goal to nil. And Aberdeen are ahead as well at Killie. 1-0, so goalless at Fir Park, Motherwell Dundee United. That's the only goalless game at the 5 in the Premiership tonight. And in the Carabao Cup, Arsenal against Brighton remains 0-0. Same scoreline and story here at Anfield. Swansea 1, Manchester City 0, and over on the Talksport app, Chelsea are 2 up at Wolves as the rain begins to come down. It's almost coat weather, Charlie. Throw which will be taken on the Crystal Palace left. About 10 yards, 15 yards in front of the Kop. And an opportunity to get the bodies forward inside the box. Palace have got 6 in there again. And Ketia and Gahey both making runs towards the far post, but the throw from Sosa didn't have the distance on it. It's easily cleared. High ball over the top, beautifully brought down on the left-hand side of the penalty area by Pino. It's a great turn from him. He's got it in towards the near post. Woodman protecting that near post. Sarr with a flick. It hit Woodman, didn't go out of play. It's half cleared. Kamada with the ball back in. That Gomez stretches to volley clear. Now out towards Sosa again. Sosa's ball in with his weaker right foot. He's knocked away by Gomez. And an opportunity for Liverpool on the counter-attack. They're falling for the danger man, Gamoa. And his ball is cleverly flicked on by Chiesa. Back to him from Kirkes. There's good awareness from Chiesa. And then a clever little backheel flick brings Ngamoa back into it. I tell you something, to have not the naivety of youth, but being able to play without the pressure. You're 2 months past your 17th birthday. You've got the world at your feet, Rio Ngamoa, and he's playing like there's not a care in the world.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see. And again, it's how he's been brought up. It's the personality he's got to come into this environment. He obviously feels comfortable within this environment. Of course he does. But it's playing in front of this crowd and being able to try, I think, what a pass for Robertson.
And it's another long diagonal ball for Morrison chasing after. He's going to keep it in. He's inside the penalty area. Checks back, pulls it back towards the penalty spot, but couldn't find Chiesa. And Sarr can help get it away. Then the ball falls to the feet of Calvin Ramsey, but Endo has fouled Pino. And it's a free kick to Palace.
Yeah, it's a great ball from Robertson to Morrison. But for me there, if I was in Gamoa, I'd be breaking my neck to try and get in that back post. He's jogging, he's ambling to get in there, and he doesn't really make the distance up. But if he actually goes and sprints to get in that back post, he maybe has to be able to have a tap in the back post. But that's something experience. You'll learn from that. That's the individual work that the coaches will tell him about. When it's on the other side, can you get in that back post? Because if I'm the coach or the manager, I'll be looking at my wide players on the opposite side getting 4 or 5 goals a season, just little tap-ins, and if he'd recognised that quicker, he might have got there.
Lacroix heads the ball away, out for a throw that'll be taken on the Liverpool left. But what does Arne Slot most want to see improved on the strength of this performance so far, where Liverpool by and large have been untested defensively, but what are items 1 and 2 on the agenda for the half-time
I think Liverpool started the game really well. I think they can move the ball a little bit quicker when actually Palace are out of shape. But they've had their moments in balls in behind and feeding Ngamoa 1v1. I think Liverpool have done okay so far. Again, they want to have more of the ball, of course they do, but it's that threat in behind when they get it. And again, like you say, when Morrison's on the ball looking at one side, can Ngamoa or the opposite side of the play, can they get in that back post for opportunities? But Liverpool be in control.
Kamada's just given the ball away and then slides in to win it back. As Sosa with a ball inside the penalty area that kept Gomez honest. He had to hurriedly get across the run of Eddie Nketiah, and in doing so has flicked the ball into the hoardings in front of the Kop to give Palace another corner, which they will take on the left-hand side. 0-0 with 10 to go to half-time here on Talksport. On Talksport 2, Wolves 0, Chelsea 2, and on the Talksport app, it's still a goalless between Arsenal and Brighton.
If I'm Glasgow and I'm looking at this Palace team, I think they're not playing with a handbrake on a little bit, but I think they could be more forceful in terms of pressing the game a little bit more and getting after this Liverpool team.
Hughes offers himself for the short one. The corner is played into his feet and then back out towards Sosa, whose subsequent cross is really deep. And McAllister should be able to shepherd that out of play for a goal kick. He can't in the end, actually, because the ball just held up on the dead ball line. So he put his left foot through it, smacked it into Sarr, and then it ricochets out into the Kop for a goal kick that will be taken by Freddie Woodman.
Yeah, that's something that Palace need to take advantage of. The height they've got, Canvois, Lacroix, Gay, big type players. Munoz is good in the air, Sarr's good in the air, so they have to use that in advantage because Liverpool not the biggest in the team tonight.
Cambo heads the ball away on halfway, finds Hughes, back from him to Gahey, now Kamada. Bringing the ball forward over the halfway line and flicking it off to his right-hand side. Cambo with a good ball down the inside right channel. And Eddie Nketiah is trying to make something of that. He's just drawn Joe Gomez out of position. Lays it off for Munoz. Kamada with the ball in. Sarr with a header. He had to generate all the pace himself. And he was a long way out. And that made it easy for Woodman to scamper across his line and make the save. Another significant goal in Scotland as Lawrence Shankland equalises for Hearts. His 9th of the season. It's St Mirren 1. Hearts 1 in Paisley, 0-0 here.
No, again, it was a decent enough header from Sarr, but like you said, too far out, and there was not enough pace on the cross. But Ingamo in the pocket there on the half turn.
And it's done brilliantly, flicking it out towards his right-hand side for Morrison. Morrison had Ramsey making it under his right. He actually turned into a more congested central area, but his tenacity has seen him win it back, and as he brings it forward, Hughes pokes it away from him on the edge of the box, back to his own penalty area, but Palace can get it away. And then the instruction to Nketiah is to turn as he picks up possession on halfway. And he obliges. He lays the ball off to his right-hand side for Munoz. Munoz laying it back for Canvo. Canvo replacing Chris Richards on the right of the three centre-halves tonight. Kamada to Mark Gahey. Into the feet of Pino, who is Ezza's replacement after his move to Arsenal. And as the ball was flicked on there by Nketiah, Sarr didn't read the flick. Yeah. Might have been offside anyway, but he just didn't read it, and it just drifts through from Woodman.
Yeah, it was a good little flick from Sarr, from Nketiah, but he didn't read it. But again, Morrison, he could, when it goes to Gahey on the sort of switch of play, Morrison needs to be a little bit higher so he can actually engage in pressing Gahey, because he's having so comfortable on the ball, Gahey, because Morrison's too deep. He needs to be higher ready to press that, but again, for Palace, again, having little moments now in terms of that little flick and the header from Sarr.
Those are the thoughts of the former League Cup finalist Charlie Adam. With us here on Talksport tonight as the ball is cleared from our right-hand side by Woodman and headed back by Munoz. And it'll break Sarr's way. Got the better of Robertson. And then Kirkes just lent into him. One possession back. I think the Palace fans will be a little bit frustrated that a free kick wasn't given there, and it ends up being a Liverpool throw.
Nah, it wasn't good strength from Kirkes. I'm surprised you've not mentioned the bad penalty I had that night as well, in the cup final that I missed.
You're bigger than me, I'm not mentioning it. If you want to bring it up, that's up to you. The throw will be taken on the edge of the penalty area. The throw which will be taken by Milos Kirkes. Kirkes on the left-hand touchline, getting it back. It's hit Hughes. Breaks on the dead ball line for Nketiah, but he's offside. And it's a free kick to Liverpool. Another goal in the League Cup at Swansea. Ian Danta.
It's a Swansea City 1, Manchester City 1. Jeremy Doku was leading Wales in merry dance for Belgium just up the road at the Cardiff City Stadium the other week. He's done it again for Manchester City tonight, cutting in from the left-hand side, bamboozling the back line, a shot deflected and wrong-footing Fisher, getting Manchester City level. Swansea 1, Manchester City 1.
And a goal at Newcastle, Mark Wilson.
It's Newcastle 1 at Tottenham Hotspur 0. The leaders in front thanks to a Fabian Schär header from a corner after Langer's cross was blocked. Corner whipped in. Schär up highest, headed it down and into the back of the net. Newcastle 1, Tottenham 0.
And to the Emirates, Arsenal Brighton, Ian Abrahams.
Arsenal 0, Brighton 0, but Brighton still with the best chances. Latest from a corner. Paul Van Hecker on the line somehow managed to put the ball wide when it was easier to score. It's live on Talksport 2, this one. Arsenal 0, Brighton 0.
And Crystal Palace lead here at Anfield. It's Ismaila Sarr rifling one in, left-footed into the bottom right-hand corner. Loose ball breaking inside the box, fell onto Sarr's left foot. He didn't need a second invitation. And Palace lead by a goal to 0.
Yeah, it's a cross into the box, and Joe Gomez has tried to control it, and he's had a poor touch, and it's just fell to Sarr, and he's rifled it into the bottom corner with his left foot. It's poor defending from Joe Gomez. He's been sloppy there, tries to control with outside his foot, and it just breaks to Sarr. But it's a good finish.
It's the third consecutive meeting of these two teams in which Ismail Assar has scored. Netted against Liverpool last month. Hadn't scored in the 5 games since then, but scores against the Reds again tonight. 4 minutes from half-time. Liverpool 0, Palace 1. And another goal at Molineux, Jeff Peters.
And another calamity for Wolves. Chelsea lead 3-0. Esteval with a delightful, sumptuous lob over the keeper. Wolves trying to play out from the back. They can't do it. Chelsea picked up the ball. Esteval, what a goal. Wolves 0, Chelsea 3.
And in the Premiership, Celtic 2, Falkirk 0. Johnny Kenny's got them both. Celtic leading Falkirk by 2 goals to 0. But here, despite the fact that Liverpool have had the majority of possession and the better chances, it's Palace that lead.
Yeah, they started to have moments, didn't they, Palace, with that Sarr header and, opportunities. Nketiah, offside, but it was a lovely finish from Sarr. He's dangerous. He's a good player. He's done really well since he come to Palace.
And now Liverpool win it back at drag a shot well wide from Ramsey, who's only scored 1 senior goal in his career. Going onto his left foot, but missed the target by some distance. I think Arne Slot, by and large, will be pretty happy with what he's seen for the opening 40 minutes. Now the concession of the goal, and they've got a few problems to sort out and solutions to find.
Yeah, again, as Kamada actually played a ball into Munoz, who's making a run, and he sort of took a poor touch, but Joe Gomez could actually just clear it, and Sarr's rifled it in that bottom corner. But if I was the Liverpool manager, I'd be happy in terms of how they've played and how they've come out, and they've had a lot of the ball, but not really created a big moment that have been able to go. It was only really Chies's chance he had when he went through, but he was offside.
Lacroix with a beautiful turn, gets it away from McAllister. Palace work it forward over the halfway line, but Kirkes wins it back, then loses it, and Palace getting forward towards Eddie Nketiah on the edge of the D. Forced wide very quickly by good defending from Ramsey. Nketiah then goes down, nothing given. Play goes on. Munoz has got the ball, down by the right-hand corner flag. Boos that you can hear from the Liverpool fans at Nketiah. They felt that he dived. There's no VAR, of course, in these League Cup ties. Nothing to look at. There's Mark Gahey. Back from him to Daichi Kamada. Hughes. Lacroix. Deadlock broken at Motherwell as well, north of the border. Motherwell leading Dundee United 1-0. Here's Pino, who slides in and stops it going out of play for a Liverpool goal kick, but at the expense of a throw. 90 seconds to go to half-time. Some early stoppages in the game, so there'll be a fair bit of time to be added. And Palace lead, courtesy of Ismail Assar.
Yeah, it's that ball over the top they're looking for. But again, Liverpool losing it. Kirkes trying to play into Gomez, and they're wide open, Liverpool, and one pass straight in. But Liverpool complaining about a handball from Nketiah, and they don't get it. But Ramsey just has to be wary of that, where he's in the box and he's 1v1. But Liverpool were asking for a handball, and they didn't get it.
Rain coming down, heavier than ever, blowing into the faces of the Palace players at the moment, so into the faces of the Liverpool players in the second half when they attack the Kop end. Liverpool back in action Saturday night. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. They take on Villa here, and it is live and exclusive on Talksport. Charlie, part of your commentary team for that. Here's Kamada. Has the ball on the edge of the centre circle. Flicks it off to the left-hand side for Sosa. Comes back for Kamada again with only seconds of the 45 minutes remaining. Long diagonal. Kirkes backpedals and heads it away from Munoz. Engamoa is involved, but it's bypassed him. And then turned forward again by Kamada. Clever little flick from Sarr. Pino, back for Sarr. Chance for 2. He's taken it brilliantly. Now Crystal Palace believe. And Liverpool stare down the barrel of a 5th successive defeat against English opposition for the first time since 1953. Ismail Assar with 2 in 4 minutes. It's Liverpool 0, Palace 2.
Yeah, that's special. That comes from Kamada playing a 1-2. A little Cruyff turn into the midfielder, and it opens up the pathway. Gomez has been dragged all over the place, and a little slide, and Sarr finishes it really well. What a wonderful goal from Palace. Kamada round the corner from Sarr again into Pino. Opens up the angle, and then Sarr finishes it well. What a finish that is. A brilliant play from Palace.
Scored 4 goals in his last 3 games against Liverpool. Now it's the 80th senior goal of his career. Liverpool 0, Palace 2 as we go into 5 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. There is a lot of work for Liverpool to do now.
That run from Nketiah to take away Joe Gomez is a brilliant run. Selfish, could have got the slide, didn't get a slide. Sarr runs open and he finished it lovely with his right foot. But we didn't see this coming. We didn't see it coming. Liverpool being in control, but 4 minutes in the game, 2-0.
Half-time at Celtic, they lead by 2-0 against Falkirk. 2-0 Palace leading here at Liverpool. They did win here a couple of seasons ago with a goal from Eza. If they hold on here, it will be their 5th win in their last 12 visits to Anfield, which is an extraordinary record when you think about it. And Gamoa chesting the ball down for Chiesa, who missed a really good chance at 0-0. Palace looking to bring it forward quickly. Sarr running at Robertson, who's backing off and still not committing. Sarr's on the edge of the penalty area. He couldn't get the ball through towards Pino. And Bradley should be able to clear from... Ramsey, should be able to clear from outside the penalty area and can. And he's been caught. He's won a free kick.
Yeah, Liverpool have to be wary. The game's opened up. It's getting stretched. When you've got somebody like Sarr who likes to run with the ball and can run, you know, Liverpool are well open and... if he'd had a better pass, he might have had an opportunity to score again, but Palace have come to life. They've got that 2-goal lead and they've come to life.
Just one shot on target as far as Liverpool are concerned so far. Palace have had 5. Possession actually is almost dead level, according to the statisticians. I wouldn't have said it was according to the eye test. It feels as though Liverpool have had more of it, but 51-49, the official stats at the moment. Ball worked away and cleared down the right-hand touchline by Lacroix. Incidentally, a little bit of housekeeping. A yellow card for Daichi Kamada for dissent about a minute or so ago. We're 2 minutes away from half-time. In stoppage time, Liverpool 0, Palace 2.
Yeah, that's much better from Will Hughes. Will Hughes has he's playing 10-15 yards forward. At the first 10-15 minutes he was sat in front of the back 5, but now he's getting up to McAllister, putting pressure on, not allowing him to dictate the game. And again, now Palace are just in that shape. You're 5 and you're 4 and you're 1 and waiting for Liverpool to make a mistake and then counter-attack.
McAllister playing the ball forward here again towards Chiesa. Rio and Gamoa trying to get inside the Palace penalty area. Can do that, but it's forced to come back out again. Nioni, he's lost out. McAllister throws himself into a challenge with Pino, who is then given a shove by Robertson. A good free kick to give away from a Liverpool perspective, because if he'd been able to turn him, there was a lot of grass to run into, but Robertson with the foul. And it's a free kick which will be taken by Palace, and this will be the last action of the first half.
Just watching Chiesa there, the ball goes out to Ngamon, he's trying to overlap him. He's the number 9. Stay in the box, leave him 1v1, let him beat his man, or get Kerkez to go on the outside and get a cross in, and you could be tapping in. But at the moment he seems to be trying to do everybody else's job, trying to stay central, be a focal point for the team, and then you can build a platform from that.
Lacroix sends a high ball out towards Sosa. It's headed past him by Ramsey for a Crystal Palace throw. Just running the clock down now to half-time. Only 20 seconds or so away. But yet another game in which Liverpool have conceded first. It's 7 in a row now in which they've gone 1-0 down. Don't know whether that is a club record. It must be really close to it.
It's so difficult to win football matches, isn't it, when you concede and the game goes away from you so quickly. Within 4 minutes the game's 2-0, because they were doing okay. They had opportunities, they had moments, and box to box, between the boxes they'd done okay. It's that final little bit that they've been waiting on at the moment, but Palace have been ruthless in that little period there.
Ngamo back for McAllister. Joe Gomez bringing the ball forward over the halfway line. Craig Pawson's checked his watch. Robertson then into space behind Ngamoa, but cleverly turned round the corner. Chiesa playing it back for Kerkez. Swept up by Lacroix, who puts it away and out for a throw that'll be taken on the Liverpool left there. May not be time to take this. I think as soon as Palace get another touch to work the ball away. The half-time whistle will sound. Palace fans whistling for it. A trainee Yorney back towards Joe Gomez on the edge of the centre circle. And Craig Pawson does signal the end of the first half. A lukewarm reception, certainly no boos from the Liverpool supporters as this young reshuffled side leave the field. They acquitted themselves well by and large, but Ismaila Sarr scored twice in a 4-minute spell coming up at half-time. Palace in complete control, and Liverpool are looking at a 60 feet in 7 in all competitions. Half-time, Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 2.
I'll speak to Charlie Adam in just a second, but Arsenal 0, Brighton 0, Swansea 1, Man City 1, Chelsea 3 up at Wolves, who have been rubbish in the first half. We'll go round those grounds very shortly here at St James's Park. 8 o'clock kickoff, so still in the first half. Newcastle leading Spurs 1-0. Richarlison, though, has just gone so close. His legs just weren't long enough. At the end, he couldn't get a touch on the ball, so it stays 1-0 to Newcastle. But Charlie Adam, I was listening to it when it was 0-0, and you said you basically felt that Crystal Palace were capable of so much more. I think they heard you, because they came out, started playing a bit, and scored 2 cracking goals, didn't they?
Yeah, it was just more belief in terms of playing that little bit further up, 10 yards, getting Kamara and Hughes higher up, and not just sitting on the toes of the defenders, getting pressure on McAllister, getting pressure on Anoni. And then the game changed after that, and then Sarr obviously opens up with the 2 goals, which were very good goals. Poor defending from Gomez for the first one, but the second goal, watch it back, it was brilliant link-up play. Midfielder playing round the corner, Sarr playing a little flick round the corner to Pino, and then again Nketiah's run to take away Gomez was unbelievable, and it just opened up the space for him to finish for the second goal. But Palace have got belief now within that, what they can do. They've come here and they've settled in first 15-20 minutes, because when you come here you need to be quiet, try and keep the crowd quiet, keep the players quiet. They did that to a point, and then they've started to get control of the game in terms of imposing or selling the opposition.
I think that second goal, you're spot on. It's a joy to witness a goal like that. It's one-touch football. It's slick. It's just a bit of techers in there as well, and a brilliant finish. It's a joy to watch. And in a season, Charlie, when there's so much reliance on set pieces for goals from Premier League clubs, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, they still count set piece goals, but that was proper football, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely, and that's the patterns that you do the day before a game or a couple of days before a game that you work on. They try to have interlinks, move people away, but again, Nketiah's run opens up the space for Sarr, and again, the way to pass from Pino then to slide them in and have the composure to finish it by Woodman. But Palace let's say, will be relatively happy with the position, but they know they're at Anfield, and the next goal is crucial for Palace, but also for Liverpool.
Next goal is crucial. I was surprised that the Liverpool fans were so tolerant at half-time. Jim was right, there was no real booing at half-time. There's nothing on the bench for Liverpool, is there, though? That's a big problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I think again, that's what you'll be looking at, and these are the games where previously Liverpool might have been able to call on some of the big guns, but tonight he's gone with the younger ones, and again, it's up to them now to make the changes when he feels like it. But no, I think Liverpool fans know that they've not played too badly. There's been moments, I think, between the boxes they've done okay. It's that final little bit that what wins your football match. And when you've got your number 9 at times, when trying to overlap your winger or your player off the side, then that for me is the issue at times as well. Stay in the box, be a threat. That's what Nketiah has done. He's been a threat in that Liverpool back line. He's tried to run in behind. Kea's done that, but at times Kea's was trying to overlap in the wide areas and that. Stay in the 9 and allow Ngamoa to get 1v1 and get crossed into the box or get shots or link the play for him. But listen, the next goal is key, and if Liverpool can get it, then we're in for a big game second half.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it either, but I will now that you've mentioned it. Charlie Adam missed a penalty in a shootout in a League Cup final, but he won the League Cup with Liverpool
and
as
Steven
well.
Gerrard missed before me, so you could put that in as well.
Following the captain's example, why not? Liverpool 0, Palace 2 at half-time. Second half to come live on Talksport. On Talksport 2, still goalless at the Emirates. Ian Abrams.
Arsenal 0, Brighton 0, but Arsenal have been definitely second best here, and Brighton should have this tie won and dusted and wrapped up. They had 3 amazing chances. First, Jorginho Ruta, right-hand side of the penalty area, good save by Kepa, 1-on-1. Then sent through was Simas. He should have scored, but from 8 yards out, he put his shot wide, but he should have got it on target. But the best chance of the lot just before half-time, from a Brighton corner, Jean-Paul Van Hecker was basically almost on the goal line and somehow managed to head the ball wide. It was almost impossible to miss, but he managed to do it. At the other end, Arsenal have barely tested Jason Steele, and Max Dowman's hardly had the first start, the historic Arsenal start he'd have wanted. He's had a few touches of the ball, but not very much. The game is live on Talksport 2. Arsenal can only get better at the break. Arsenal 0, Brighton 0.
It is insane that Brighton aren't in front in that game. It's utterly ridiculous. Chelsea in complete control. Wolves absolutely terrible. Live on the Talksport app. Half-time at Molineux. Jeff Peters.
Yeah, that sums it up. Wolves 0, Chelsea 3. Really comfortable for Maresca's men, but another horror show for the home fans to watch. They gifted Chelsea a 5th-minute lead. Arakadare with a loose pass towards his own goal, picked up by Jamie Gittins, laid off inside to André Santos, the young Brazilian, with a touch before drilling low left-footed into the bottom corner. His first for the club. Gittins got his second assist on the quarter hour. Quick counter. Buonanotte played him in, left-hand side, into the box, squared for Tyreek George to tap into an empty net from 2 yards. Esteban made it 3 with a stunning lobbed finish just before half-time, as Wolves made a real mess of playing out from the back. Santos robbing fair, and then an audacious dink from the 18-year-old over Jose Sarr. It goes from bad to worse for Vitor Pereira. Wolves trailed Chelsea 3-0, and commentary on the Talksport app.
Yeah, Wolves have been utterly useless. They've been laughable, to be honest. What about Swansea, Man City at the Swansea.com? Ian Dancer.
Swansea City 1, Manchester City 1. The Championship side led early on through a lovely curling 20-yard effort from Gonzalo Franco after good work down the right-hand side by wing-back Josh Key initially. Franco swept it home expertly in off the post for his second of the season. 12 minutes into this contest against the Premier League side who'd made 10 changes tonight. It could have, maybe should have been 2-0 on the half-hour win. Citizen centre-back Kuzanov inexplicably passed straight to Melker Widell 25 yards out. The Swede ran on and aimed for the bottom corner, forcing James Trafford into a brilliant fingertip save round the post. Manchester City pressurised around the Swansea box for long spells. Over 70% of possession, got themselves level 5 minutes from half-time. Not long after a Cherky toe poke in front of goal had come back off the post and was cleared. It was Jeremy Doku wriggling his way infield from the left flank, allowed to shoot from 15 yards, and a deflection took it past Fisher and into the net. At half-time, Swansea City 1, Manchester City 1.
Still 1-0 to Newcastle here. We'll catch up with this game very shortly, but half-time at Celtic Park in the Scottish Premiership. David Tanner.
Celtic 2, Falkirk 0 at 73. Martin O'Neill looks as fit as a fiddle. He's dressed in a skin-tight club tracksuit wearing a pair of proper old-school black and white football boots. The Celtic manager's patrolling the technical area the way he did between 2000 and 2005, screaming orders at players and the fourth official. Celtic are in total control. Benjamin Niagara missed a couple of opportunities, including one when he hit the post from close range. From the rebound, Johnny Kenny opened the scoring, and Martin O'Neill hugged assistant Sean Maloney. 10 minutes later, Kenny made it 2-0 with a header, and Martin O'Neill punched the air with delight, just like old times. Celtic 2, Falkirk 0.
Elsewhere in the Scottish Premiership, Rangers, who have actually lost fewer games than Celtic this season, lead 1-0 at Hibs. Aberdeen won up at Kilmarnock. Motherwell 1, Dundee United 0. And the leaders' Hearts are 1 apiece away to St Mirren. Latest here at St James Park. Alongside me, Mark Wilson.
Newcastle, the holders 1 at Tottenham Hotspur 0. Newcastle deservedly in front after Fabian Schürr's header from a Sandro Tonali cross, and it came after a flurry of early chances for the Toon. Willock and Ramsey had early efforts blocked. Voltemader's superb touch played in Barnes, who could only hit the side netting, and we've just seen Barnes smack a volley off the crossbar after good work again, this time from Malik Chow and Sandro Tonali. At the other end, there's been a couple of chances. It could be one now for Spurs as Richarlison slides into the far post. Nearest they've come as Bergval's shot is blocked. It was Bergval, he put a cross through the 6-yard box just behind Richarlison, couldn't turn it in, and then Johnson, a cross-come shot to the far post. Richarlison sliding in, couldn't get his studs on it. Tottenham pretty disappointing opening half an hour. They're growing into the game here, but it's Newcastle 1, Spurs 0.
I'm enjoying it. Newcastle, the holders, in front, and as it stands, heading for the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Liverpool are heading out. They won it 2 years ago. They were the finalists, beaten at Wembley by Newcastle last season. They're 2-0 down at half-time to Crystal Palace, live on Talksport.
Kick off on Talksport with Ladbrokes. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Do you belong here? Troubleshooting an engine in a military workshop? What's your gut saying? Want to turn the volume down? Or stay here and get paid to learn a trade. With an army apprenticeship that'll set you right for life. Still listening? You belong here. Army, recruiting now. Search Army jobs.
Direct Line just sorted me a courtesy van. Well, they're fixing mine after my accident. That's how it's done. Imagine if that's how everything got done. Like clients paying you on time. All done.
Brilliant. Your invoice is all paid up, left you 5-star reviews. Oh, and a bit extra in there for staying late that time. And I baked this cake for you too.
Nice.
Direct Line. That's how it's done.
Comprehensive cover required. Courtesy van limited for up to 21 days if your van is written off, stolen or you use your own repairer. Excludes windscreen claims.
Sport. It's in your DNA. That's why at SpreadX Sports you get great offers and features to aid your sports betting, including £30 in free bets when you join and place a qualifying £10 fixed odds bet at minimum odds of 1 to 2. Visit spreadx.com/DNA for full terms and conditions. SpreadX Sports. It's in our DNA. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Qualifying bets cannot be cashed out early. Once settled, get free £10 fixed odds bets on consecutive days. Free bet stakes not included in any winnings. Free bets must be claimed within 28 days.
Imagine a delicious patty nestled between two buns with cheese and ketchup. It's not a burger. That patty is actually sausage, which makes this a sandwich. A breakfast sausage sandwich. The new $1.99 sausage sandwich from McDonald's. Made with RSPCA assured pork. Until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Upcharges and fees apply to delivery. Subject to availability.
Hello, it's Matt from Verisure. You pressed the SOS button?
Yeah, my phone's died and there's someone in the garden. It's just me and my daughter here. We need help.
Right. The camera is showing someone near the back door. We've alerted the police.
Quick as you can, please.
I understand. I'll stay with you till they arrive.
Thanks.
Now just try and stay calm. I'll be there soon.
Family unharmed. Intruder fled. Last year, Verisure experts handled over 4,000 incidents in the UK. To get our latest offer, go to verisure.co.uk.
It's a new season. The fans are back, and so is Coral's free reward shaker with bigger football rewards. The half and half scarfers shaking decisively for once. They backed a super boost. Next to them, the prawn sandwich brigade. Oh, they've shaken up a free bet after that free lunch. Play Coral's free reward shaker to win bigger guaranteed daily rewards and offers this season. Coral, we're here for it.
18 plus UK. Max 1 reward or offer per player per day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
Get unbeatable coverage of all the biggest sports headlines with the back page review on Talksport with Tesco Mobile for Business. Every weekday morning from 6, listen to the Superstar Breakfast for all the breaking news you need to know, the latest views you need to hear, and the big name interviews you can't afford to miss. The back page review on Talksport with Tesco Mobile for Business. From side hustle to startup. Get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. For terms of verification, visit tescomobile.com/business.
The UK's #1 football experience.
Kick-off live on Talksport.
Back to Anfield shortly, but let's get the half-time odds with Ladbrokes.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
It's Liverpool 0, Palace 2. Liverpool are now 25-1 to win in normal time. Palace are 14-1 on. The draw after 90 is 9-1 on Talksport 2 in the second half. Still Arsenal 0, Brighton 0. Arsenal 7-5 to win. Brighton 11-4. The draw after 90, 29-20. That's the latest odds with Ladbrokes 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Odds update on Talksport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Ladisfaction. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Half-time here at Newcastle. Mark Wilson.
Yeah, holders Newcastle at 1 at Tottenham 0. Fabian Schär's 25th minute header from Sandro Tonali crossed the difference on the scoreboard. But Newcastle dominant early on, had several chances. Barnes with the best of them. He's side-footed wide after good work from Voltemada. And Barnes rattled the crossbar with a volley from inside the 6-yard box just before the break. Spurs grew into it, had a couple of good chances right at the end. Richarlison's header straight at Ramsdale, and then Seaman's shot at the end, at fingertip save over the top from Ramsdale. Still to be played for here at the break. Newcastle 1, Tottenham 0.
This kicked off at 8 at Anfield. It kicked off at 7:45. So second half getting underway. Liverpool 0, Palace 2 on Talksport. Charlie Adam and Jim Proudfoot.
And whilst Liverpool aren't making any changes for the second half, Palace are. Now we're going to see Jean-Philippe Mateta come on. So the Eagles' top scorer will be introduced very shortly. Mateta, who got a hat-trick against Bournemouth 10 days ago, has netted 6 goals in his last 7 League Cup ties, and also scored against Liverpool in the Community Shield. And he will come on, Charlie, to replace Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, not a bad striker to come on, isn't it, after 45 minutes. So, no, again, the boys looked like they were happy to see him coming on, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's done brilliant this year for Palace and obviously last year as well, so, and getting that call up to the French national team and getting opportunities for them as well. So, he must be in real good form and in real good confident mood.
The rain's abated. Liverpool get the second half underway, trailing 2-0, kicking from left to right towards the Kop in this second half, and immediately getting Morrison forward, the right winger making his debut tonight. Nioni back for Joe Gomez. Gomez to Robertson, who, if you're just joining us, is playing on the left of 3 centre-halves for Liverpool. Now the ball into the feet of Ramsey, and back for Endo. And a good ball down towards Morrison, right-hand side of the penalty area. He's taking on Gay. He gets a cross in. It's put away. And it just kisses the corner flag on its way out for the first corner of the second half. First goal of the second half at Molineux. Jeff Peters.
Come back on, maybe. Wolves 1, Chelsea 3. Tolu Arakadari. What a finish across the keeper, Jorgensen. Played in by Hee Chang Hwang. Chelsea, though, made a mistake which led to the opportunity. Wolves 1, Chelsea 3.
And that's on the Talksport app. If you hit the live action tab, all will become clear. You will be able to hear it. Wolves 1, Chelsea 3. Here, Liverpool 0, Palace 2. But a Liverpool corner. And McAllister's going to take it. Raises his left arm above his head to give the signal. Fires it in towards the near post. And Mateta can easily head it away. Goes out of play for a throw that McAllister wants to take. He's going to nick a few yards in doing so. He's only come back to the edge of the penalty area when it seemed to go out much further upfield than that. He's taken the throw, gets it back, hooks it inside the penalty area. Now Palace can clear. Gomez to Robertson. Mateta chasing and putting the pressure on the pair of them, but Joe Gomez has still got the ball. South Londoner lays it out towards Robertson. Kirkes for McAllister. McAllister on the edge of the centre circle. Just caught by Hughes, and it's a free kick to Liverpool, who've started brightly, Charlie.
Yeah, a good start from Liverpool. Morrison getting on the ball, but he didn't get enough touches first half. He's obviously started the second half a lot better, and again, Hughes getting close to McAllister to really make that foul and stop the play. But Liverpool started the same way, trying to get that build up with the 3 and McAllister in front, and Kirkes is high inside in the pitch, ready to make his move.
Morrison for Endo. Now McAllister. Very quickly turned, gets the ball away from Kamada and lays it down for Ramsey, who spent last season on loan at Wigan and Kilmarnock. He had a terrible knee injury which saw him lose nearly a year of his Liverpool career. I mentioned earlier, it's nearly 3 years since he last played for the club, but featuring at right wing back tonight. Palace had possession back near the edge of their own box. They get it clear. Robertson lets it run past him. The ball forward was very quick, and there wasn't enough quality on it really to find Munoz. And Liverpool will be able to build from the back again with the bearded Gomez coming forward over halfway. Down to his right-hand side. Ramsey making a run on the overlap for Morrison. As Sosa has been too strong for him and won it back. Pino, the gloved Spaniard in the midfield, laying the ball off. And now Hughes has got plenty of room with which to work. He plays it forward, looking for the run of Sarr, but he couldn't thread him in. Sarr on a hat-trick, but needs better service than that. Liverpool survive, and they will be able to get it forward again towards halfway.
Yeah, again, Liverpool wide open on that turnover. Palace winning the ball, and then the middle of the pitch is so open. McAllister coming over, and Onye coming over as well, and leaving that space. And Palace got 1 or 2 passes, and then all of a sudden the counter-attack again. That straight pass in between the midfielders.
Pino for Sarr on a hat-trick, but smacking it from the edge of the D straight at Freddie Woodman. You're with Talksport, and a very good afternoon to you right across North America if you're listening on Sirius XM FC in the United States or Canada. 2-0, Palace leading. And in possession, Liverpool can work it out with Gomez. Gomez's ball forward into the feet of Ramsey. Hughes applies the press again. And Ramsey can smuggle it back for Endo to Gomez and out towards Robertson. Robertson's ball up the left-hand touchline, looking for Rio Angamoa, who has made sure that Liverpool maintained possession. He couldn't really do much more than that, certainly couldn't go forward. But Liverpool have been able to build from the left out to the right, and they've got it again here with Morrison, who's seen plenty of it in the second half. Back from him to Endo, the experienced Japanese international.
Yeah, the ball speed Liverpool at the moment is too slow, and it's laboured, and it's allowing Palace just to get back into shape, because when Liverpool pass the ball quickly, the spaces are out there and it's opening up there now. A great pass from McAllister to Morrison,
who were darting off the right-hand touchline, but couldn't find the pass that he wanted. Endo had made a run forward from centre-half to try and get on the end of that. Sosa then will clear with a high ball forward. Mateta chasing after it, and he's goal side of Robertson. Mateta from distance, but easy for Woodman to field. He just got down onto one knee, put his hands behind it, made a very comfortable save.
Yeah, Gomez is there putting his hand up and looking at the linesman, but he's offside. He's not offside. Deal with the man. You're 2v1 at the back, and you're just allowing him to run off you. So again, take the responsibility at the moment. Gomez, I don't know if it's maybe coming from his mistake he made earlier, but he's got to be engaged in the game when that's happening. He's got to be close to Mateta, because Robertson could cover in behind him, but Palace are dangerous on this counter-attack.
Joe Gomez, part of the side that won the League Cup for Liverpool in 2024. Palace have never won it. They've actually gone out in either round 1 or round 2 in 10 of the last 19 seasons. So it has been a competition that has only had isolated highlights for Eagles fans, but it does look as though another one might be coming tonight. Quarter-final place up for grabs. The draw will be made at the conclusion of the Newcastle Spurs game tonight, incidentally. St Mirren have retaken the lead. St Mirren 2, Premiership leaders Hearts 1 in Paisley. McAllister laying it back for Joe Gomez here. Gomez's ball through the midfield. It's Nico Freckleton that has scored that goal for the Buddies. Morrison, Kamada. Both sides just giving it to each other very cheaply, and Morrison has done well to be able to make something happen here. Chiesa trying his luck. Cambo got in the way. It ricochets off him and goes out for a Liverpool throw.
Good play from Liverpool. Good build-up. Better speed. Ball on the speed there. And Robertson there, a little flick around Morrison. But again, for Liverpool down this right-hand side, the full-back is where they're going to get out. They're getting the overload on this side here. And on the opposite side, they're getting the overload with a wide one of Inga Moore staying high and wide. And off the back of Sarr when he presses. So Liverpool now realising the space, but again, there we go, transition now.
It's Sarr motoring forward. Mateta ahead of him. Endo shuffled across and was able to clear. He gets it towards halfway. A few murmurs of discontent that it was just a ball hammered upfield rather than a pass played with guile or caress.
Yeah, it was an opportunity there for Robertson just to punch one straight into Morrison to break quickly, but he overhit it, and Gay was there just to take control of the situation. I think Ramsey's done well tonight in terms of what he's had to do with the ball.
Plays it through the midfield, finding Robertson, and now Gomez has got it as Celtic go 3 up at home to Falkirk. So in the live table, they're 5 points behind Hearts, who are trailing at St Mirren. Celtic leading 3-0. With Nygren's 6th of the season as the ball is cleared by Benitez, the Palace goalkeeper, into Liverpool territory, but the Reds have got it again, and Ramsey flicking it past Sosa collides with him and wins a free kick.
Yeah, it was a good play from Ramsey, but what you'll probably guarantee tonight is that Martin will be in charge tomorrow, won't it? We've seen his press conference. If I get beat to on Wednesday, I might not be here Thursday, but yeah, he's obviously given the place a lift, and they've started that game well.
So Liverpool 0, Palace 2 here. But the deadlock broken at the Emirates. Ian Abrahams.
Arsenal 1, Brighton 0 for all the chances Brighton had in the first half. They've been made to pay ball. Edge of the penalty area. It just inside for Ethan Nwaneri, left foot, to sweep it into the far corner. The game's live on Talksport 2. Arsenal 1, Brighton 0.
So Arsenal leading there by a goal. And as things stand right now, Newcastle, Palace, Chelsea and Arsenal all going through. The Swansea-Manchester City game will be going to penalties. We'll catch up with events in the other 7:45s very shortly. Here's Endo for Liverpool, worked through the midfield yesterday. Brentford, Fulham and Cardiff made it through to the draw later. Palace going through in this one at the moment. Pino and Sarr both fouled inside the centre circle, and a yellow card is shown to Andy Robertson.
Yeah, again, Gomez getting his ball caught underneath his foot, and Mateta just barging him there, but Robertson had tried to touch and, got blocked off and started to get a wee bit frustrated and made a couple of tackles there, and then, got the yellow card. But good start from Liverpool in terms of their energy and the way they've passed the ball. I would like to see them try and get a wee bit closer to Palace and get up that pitch.
Kamada work back inside his own half for Mark Gahey. Gahey to Lacroix, on to Canvo. Well, he's been solid tonight, the Frenchman. There's a lovely touch from him there through the midfield. An opportunity for Palace to bring it forward over the halfway line now with Lacroix, and they're all backing off him, and still he goes. Then a little turn on the edge of the box, and another one getting away from Nioni. And he's gone from 20 yards away from his own goal to the edge of the Liverpool penalty area before eventually playing the pass. Liverpool have got their shape back. Hughes working it in here towards Sosa, and it's swept away, and Nioni gets it further clear from inside the D. It wasn't a great pass, and he hung his head in disappointment, but Morrison makes something of nothing, beat Kamada to it, and Liverpool should be able to get it away with Ramsey down the right-hand touchline. Now let's go back to South Wales. Swansea against Manchester City. Here's Talksport's Ian Danter.
Just shy of the hour mark, still Swansea 1, Manchester City 1 as it was at the break. And Swansea are just rolling the dice and going for some positive substitutions here, bringing on Jan Vipotnik, who scored a brilliant brace here against Norwich on Saturday. He's coming on for Ida, and Ronald, one of their creative outlets on the flanks, is also coming on for Inusa, who's had a good game. Again, Manchester City having lots of possession, trying to create opportunities, but Swansea are blocking off most of the routes to goal. With an hour gone, it's still all square. Swansea 1, Manchester City 1.
And Miguel Freckleton's made it 2 in 5 minutes for St Mirren. They lead Hearts 3-1 now.
Oh, a big result that. Everybody was saying that the title race was over, but a result like that tonight and Celtic winning can obviously close the gap back to 5 points. So it's a long way to go. Hearts have had a brilliant start to the season, but with the quality that the old firm have got, you can never rule them out. But I just think this formation at the moment for Liverpool, it's pinning 5 back at the moment and end up in a 5-4-1, and it feels like a defensive shape, and Palace are having a lot of the ball and opportunity. So maybe we see something change with Liverpool soon, with maybe a couple of subs coming on.
Certainly not very much experience that can be called upon off the bench. Cade Gordon is far and away the most experienced of the Liverpool players that can be called upon. The ball is cleared by Woodman, the Liverpool debutant goalkeeper, who at the age of 28 certainly has plenty of experience behind him. Nearly 300 senior games in his career, even if none of them have been for the Reds. He's got it forward here towards halfway, and there's been a foul, and a free kick will be taken by Liverpool. Devaney is going to be the next cab off the rank for Oliver Glasner, who's the man that scored the winning penalty in the Community Shield shootout. And the Irishman is going to be coming on shortly. They brought Mateta on at half-time. We're 12 minutes into the second half here on Talksport. Liverpool 0, Palace 2. And a reminder that over on Talksport 2, Arsenal leading Brighton 1-0. On the Talksport app, it's Wolves 1, Chelsea 3. And in fact, let's go back to Molineux and find out whether there is any sign of life in the Wolves. Jeff Peters.
Yeah, Wolves 1, Chelsea 3. They've had a really good opportunity to get another back. Mosquera with a header wide. They've been so much better in this second half. Liam Delap has just come on for Chelsea. He's been out for a couple of months. Chelsea leading Wolves here by 3-1.
Jeff, thank you. Palace leading here by 2-0. Ismaila Sarr on 41 and 45. And very few opportunities since. I mean, Liverpool haven't had a shot on target in this second half, and they've still only had one in the game, Charlie.
No, they've had a lot of the ball, and they've had a lot of the ball. There you go, that counter-attack. But Liverpool have had a lot of the ball, and again, Jim, it's between the boxes. There's nothing, no real good goal action from Liverpool. They've not had many crosses in the box. They've not had any really threatening runs. It's been all between that. Nice passes, slow passes, allowing Palace to get back in. So they need to up the tempo.
Robertson with the crossfield ball here. Ramsey, was he fouled by Pino? went down easily. Pino put his hands up as if to protest his innocence and actually betray his guilt. The referee said play on. Mateta trying to get it for Sosa, who would have been just onside, but he couldn't. Mateta then wins it back in the midfield. He's done well. Kamada has it. Kamada laying it down towards Sosa again, right in front of us, midway inside the half. The Palace are attacking in front of the Anfield Road end. The jubilant Palace supporters away to our left. I wonder how many of the ones that are here tonight were here for the famous 9-0 defeat back in the day, which ultimately, of course, Palace got revenge later that same season in the FA Cup semi-final. Here's Hughes. Mateta trying to play him in. Nioni just dallied a little bit on the edge of the box, and Pino has won it back. Now Gahey from distance. Little reverse ball. Had Pino let it run for Sosa, it might have been more effective. He tried to play it. Got a heavy touch, and now has gone down injured inside the Liverpool penalty area.
Only taking too many touches. Palace swarming round him to win the ball back, but when Gay opens up in that right foot, we've seen him before, haven't we? Opening up and curling one in the top corner. I thought he was going to have a shot, but Pino looks like he's got a wee bit of a knock there, and the physio's waiting to come on. But Devaney coming on, talented player, lovely left foot, clever player as well, who's done well for Palace since he sort of broke into the team.
He might be coming on for Pino, I guess, and Pino is hobbling away from outside the penalty area. It's going to be a long Sosa throw first. The rain really coming down in buckets again. Sosa takes a couple of steps in towards the near post with the throw. The referee's seen a push by Lacroix, and Liverpool have a free kick. That third St Mirren goal has been chalked off after a 4-minute VAR review. I think it's for offside, so it is St Mirren 2, Hearts 1, and Freckleton's second and St Mirren's third chalked off. So St Mirren leading 2-1, Celtic 3 up. It's Sarr that is coming off, so no Anfield hat-trick for him. Sarr being replaced, and Devaney is going to come on.
Yeah, he's been the real goal threat in terms of the moments he's had. Talk about his first goal was a lovely finish with left foot, but his second goal was delightful. Pass from Kamada around the corner, he flicks it into Pino, makes that run again, and doesn't admire his flick, goes in it and he slots it away with his right foot. It was a brilliant goal for that, and unfortunately he's not going to get his hat-trick, but he's put Palace in a great position tonight after that 2 goals.
There's cup action in Germany, incidentally, tonight, and the fact that I've mentioned it is quite obviously only because Harry Kane scored. He's got a couple. Cologne 1, Bayern Munich 3 in the second half. Harry Kane has got 2 of those in this extraordinary goal-scoring season that he's enjoying. And talking of 2, let's go to St James's Park. Mark Wilson.
Newcastle 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Nick Voltemade, his 5th goal in 7. Cross from the left-hand side. There he was, rose highest, headed it over the keeper and into the back of the net. Holders Newcastle 2, Tottenham 0.
Palace bring it forward again. Mateta has a shot blocked. Comes out for Pino. He also has one blocked. When it's one-way traffic in terms of the real clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that Liverpool are open. The transition of the game, one pass straight through. Mateta gets a turn, but Gomez does well to block. But Liverpool are far too open at the moment. They need to maybe change a bit of shape or get Anoni to come closer to McAllister to close the gaps, and because at the moment it's wide and any pass straight is just all of a sudden straight into that Liverpool defence.
Joe Gomez at the heart of that Liverpool defence, playing in the middle of the 3 centre halves, finds Robertson. Robertson's ball out towards Chiesa, and he almost tripped over it. Tackled himself. It's gone out of play for a Palace throw.
Talking again, that's my number 9. The focal point of the team. He's trying to roll out into a wide area. Stay central to give the team something to look for. Allow Anoni to roll out. Allow the midfielders to roll out to get on the ball. Not use the number 9. There's no target at the front for Liverpool to hit at the moment.
Now he will chase as the ball goes back towards Benitez, but Palace can get it away. He flicked on by Mateta, but far too far ahead of Pino, and mopped up at the back by Endo for Liverpool. No sign of the fight back here. They're 2 down as they were at half-time. Joe Gomez will bring the ball forward, and you can hear the disaffection in the crowd as he just shuffles out from the back at walking pace.
It's the speed of the ball is too slow and too laboured, allowing Palace to get back into shape. You want to play quicker. you need the crowd. The crowd want to see fast-flowing football at Liverpool, and not just stand on the ball and wait and hope that something happens. Make something happen by passing the ball quicker.
They're going to be seeing the young Liverpool substitutes in a moment. Nallo and Lucky are the two players who will be coming on. Here's Gomez. Gomez's ball down to the right flank for Morrison. A sliding challenge comes in from Ramsey, but the assistant referee has flagged for an earlier foul on Mark Gahey. So we're going to see Amara Nallo. Nearly a year after his sole Liverpool performance, he came on against PSV on match day 8 in the Champions League last season and was sent off within 4 minutes, and he's had to wait patiently for any first team football since then. You'd have to be of a hard heart not to wish him well this evening as he comes on, hoping to get the nightmare of his debut out of the system. We'll also be seeing Welity Lucky, 19-year-old Spanish-born centre-half. He'll be coming on as well.
Yeah, possibly taking the Gomez off, or maybe a Robertson or Kekes coming off and going to that back four as well. But great opportunity for the young kids, both of them to come on. It looks like Doherty's coming on as well, or Gordon. I think maybe Gordon is going to come on as well to maybe replace Morrison. So Liverpool looking to try and get some energy from these young boys from the bench tonight now.
Yep, Kay Gordon just putting his number 49 shirt on. Down away to our right-hand side. Their teammates in possession. That Nione plays the ball back and out to the right-hand side for Ramsey, who puts his hands out, complaining about the lack of options that he's got. He plays it forward, and it comes off Sosa and goes out of play for a throw. Kay Gordon has scored a senior goal for Liverpool. Game against Shrewsbury back in January 2022. That was another day where Liverpool played a really young team in a cup tie. Gordon scored that day. He's not really seen the light of day recently, but he's going to come on now. Nallo on for McAllister. Lucky will replace Robertson.
Yeah, I think that could be a sign of the weekend, really, if he's taking Robertson off ahead of Kerkez. And Endo looks like he's going to go and play in midfield where McAllister was playing.
And Gordon's coming in as well. He'll replace Morrison on the right-hand side. Kay Gordon can play as a 10, he can play as a right winger. His last Liverpool appearance back in February 2024. So that's the triple change. Kieran Morrison, one of the players replaced, making his debut tonight. How would you assess his performance?
Yeah, he's done okay, not got enough of the ball, but he's been positive. He's not just been one of the young players that goes and always comes back. He's tried to be positive. Yeah, he's made a couple of mistakes, but yeah, he's done okay. Now it's an opportunity now it's a big opportunity for Gomez to lead and organise these two centre-backs that are beside him, two young kids, not to go wandering. They're going to play up against Mateta, Devaney in the pocket, Pino in the pocket. Don't be getting sucked and getting dragged to there. So yeah, a big sort of 23 minutes for Joe Gomez to organise that back line now.
Well, 7 minutes ago, while the VAR check was going on, it was St Mirren 3, Hearts 1. It's now 2-2 because Freckleton had his goal disallowed, and Claudio Braga has equalised for Hearts. St Mirren 2, Hearts 2, and they're back up to 6 points clear at the top of the Premiership. In comes this free kick from Sosa inside the penalty area. Off balance, Lacroix couldn't do anything with it at all. It's hit him and gone out of play for a goal kick that will be taken by Freddie Woodman away to the left-hand side. And Celtic have a fourth. They lead Falkirk now by 4 goals to 0. Celtic 4, Falkirk 0. Tanecki scoring the latest. Liverpool have it with Gomez. Gomez's ball forward, slid down towards the touchline. Kay Gordon picks it up from Kamada, and then just tries to work it down towards Chiesa, who made the run ahead of him. Easy for Palace and Lacroix to get it back for goalkeeper Benitez. And then Lacroix on the left-hand touchline forces a throw. Kay Gordon earns the round of applause for making sure that there was no easy pass out from the back.
Yeah, one thing you get with Chiesa, you get energy, you get that endeavour to run and again go to close the goalkeeper down, and then he sprints back to chase Lacroix, but it's needless running at times. Sometimes he could just wait and then press, but you know, it got the crowd off their seats and a clap, but Liverpool, like I said, need to get control of the game and get more speed within it when they're passing the ball, because it's been too laboured, and not seen enough of Ngamoa this second half. It's been more all done this sort of right hand side of Liverpool, and you need to get him back on the ball, because he has sort of drifted out the game a little bit.
Yep, excellent in the first half, deprived of service in the second, as Devaney plays it back for Canvo for Palace, who are inside their own half, still leading by 2-0. Chelsea at one stage were 3 up. The fight back well and truly on for Wolves now. Jeff Peters.
Yeah, it's Wolves 2, Chelsea 3. David Moller Wolfer with a left-footed finish, throwing on this near side. Got 2 or 3 flick-ons, came to Wolfer on the left, and he's hit it so well low beyond the goalkeeper Jorgensen. Wolves have been excellent second half. Wolves 2, Chelsea 3.
Joe Gomez with a nervy moment inside his own penalty area, where he wanted 3 or 4 touches when he only had time for 1, really. He did just about get it clear, but Palace continue to ask some pertinent questions. Liverpool now looking to break. Good strong running from Ngamoa, and he's won a free kick. And Will Hughes will be spoken to, and then there's an angry reaction further upfield involving Devaney and Chiesa, and referee Craig Paulson's going to have to wade in and try and calm that down.
Yeah, it was a good hold-up play from Chiesa. He's strong, he wins it, he gets off, runner off at Ngamoa, and then goes 1v1 with Hughes and buys the foul. But obviously something's happened there. I think Devaney's not too happy with that. Chiesa pushes Devaney over, and then they get close to each other. But good play from Ngamoa, dribbling and buying the foul from Hughes.
And Chiesa's going to be spoken to by the referee. I think he's going to be booked as well. So yellow card for Federico Chiesa. Let's quickly go to the Emirates. Arsenal Brighton, Ian Abrahams.
To Nwaneri, but they're kind of so close from a corner to heading in a few seconds ago. They've got Timber and Gabriel on the pitch now. Arsenal 1, Brighton 0. Live on Talksport 2, might be 2-0. Saka! 2-0! It's all over. Bukayo Saka from the rebound from the keeper. It's live on Talksport 2, but you heard it there. Saka scored. Arsenal 2, Brighton 0.
So they're looking at an 8th straight win, and still only conceded 3 goals in the 13 and a bit games that they played this season. Arsenal 2, Brighton 0. And as Moose mentioned, it is live on TalkSport 2. Here on TalkSport, Nallo has the ball at the back for Liverpool. He's found Kirkes under immediate pressure from Devaney and Munoz. And he ends up winning a throw. It looked like a foul throw when he took it, but he's back for Nallo, who can clear through the penalty area. And down to this near touchline for the lively Cade Gordon. Gordon forced to retreat, given a shove by Sosa, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. Charlie Allen.
Good switch of play from Nallo there, and Gordon does well to get his body in to buy the foul from Sosa.
So Brighton trailing 2-0, and it looks as though they're still not going to find their first League Cup quarter-final for 47 years. As Liverpool work the ball forward over on the far touchline. I think the decision from Craig Pawson, on the advice of his assistant referee, was the correct one, that it had gone out of play for a throw. It was a close run thing, and it stopped a decent attack.
Yeah, it was lovely turn of pace from Ngamoa there, but just out the pitch, the ball. So a couple of changes here now from Palace.
And Palace will make a double change. Will Hughes will come off to be replaced by Jefferson Lerma. And we're also going to see Daniel Munoz replaced by Rio Cardins, the Trinidad and Tobago international, who's been on the bench in the majority of Premier League games this season. He made his debut in the match that Palace played in Europe against Dynamo Kiev, and he comes on now for his first game on English soil in a Crystal Palace shirt. Liverpool 0, Palace 2 with 17 minutes to go. So as things stand right now, Arsenal, Palace, Chelsea and Newcastle all going through. Swansea against Manchester City, still dead level. Let's go back to South Wales. TalkSport's Ian Danter.
76 gone, still Swansea 1, Manchester City 1. A raft of changes from both managers, Foden and Stones, and Gvardiol on for Manchester City to try and win it. And Gvardiol's had one shot, which was hit straight at Andy Fisher, in the Swansea goal, held onto it well. We've just got Marmoush in the area, driving it in. Oh, what a goal from a tight angle from Omar Marmoush. Inside the area, right-hand side, rifled it past Fisher into the roof of the net, and the Premier League side have turned it around with 13 minutes to go. Swansea 1, Manchester City 2.
Goals as they happen on Talksport. Manchester City leading for the first time tonight there. With 13 minutes to go, they're 2-1 up, 15 to go here. Liverpool 2 down at home to Palace, but they've won a corner. Their first of this second of this second half, and Rio Ngamoa is going to go across to take it on the Liverpool left in front of the Kop.
Yeah, again, good positive play from Ngamoa. Just getting at the Cardenas, the full-back, and you know, little trick and scan, and he go and put it for a corner. See what good delivery now.
Swung in from that left-hand side. Really deep, Kay Gordon coming around the back. He left it for Chiesa in behind him. And Chiesa's touch was poor. Goes out of play via a Palace clearance from Sosa for a Liverpool throw. But one back with 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, it gives him a right chance. I think he's got a good chance, Gordon, now to go and head it. But maybe he's got a call from Chiesa to say that I'm free. But I thought Gordon was free at the back post himself and should have went with it. But it would come at the pace of the ball was so quick that the Chiesa reacted so slow to it, and was a poor touch.
Lucky has done Endo few favours there, and Yeremy Pino's picked it back up for Crystal Palace. It's on the left-hand side of the Liverpool box. He just shows it to Gordon and flicks it away from him at the last moment. Back from Sosa to Pino. Back heel flick from him. And then making his run forward, Gahey has played him in. Pino's cross comes off Wellesley Lucky and goes out for a throw that will be taken on the Crystal Palace left. 14 to go. Liverpool 0, Palace 2 in Scotland. Celtic 4 up. Hearts back on level terms, having twice trailed at St Mirren. It's 2-2. Motherwell 2 up. Aberdeen leading at Kilmarnock, and Rangers still ahead at Hibs, courtesy of that Danilo goal inside the opening 5 minutes. They've all got about 8-9 minutes to go, those games. We're a little behind them here at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Palace 2. Off to St James's in a moment as Jefferson Lerma works it forward here through the Crystal Palace midfield, giving Mateta something to chase, and it's out for a Liverpool throw. Back to Tyneside then. Newcastle in control, the last time we heard from Mark Wilson.
Yeah, Newcastle 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Goals for Schur and Voltemada, but we've just seen a really good chance for Tottenham Hotspur. Pape Matasar's curling effort forced a great save out of Ramsdale down low to his left. He clawed it away. It's still Newcastle 2, Tottenham 0.
Thank you, Mark. And the draw for the quarterfinals of the League Cup, the games of which will be played December the 15th and 16th, will take place at the conclusion of that Newcastle Spurs game. And we'll bring you first news of it here on Talksport. It looks as though Palace are going to be in that draw, that Arsenal are going to be in that draw. A preponderance of London clubs: Brentford, Fulham, Chelsea, Arsenal and Palace. 5 of the 8 quarter-finalists potentially from London. Here's Gomez. Has the ball at his feet. Played to his right-hand side for Lucky. Down towards Gordon. Gordon has shown up well since coming on in this long overdue opportunity back in the first team, and he's played it into Ramsey here. He's been fouled.
Yeah, he's a talented player. He's strong, he's quick. He tried to run Sosa there, but lovely passes and movement. Ramsey gone down there with a barge and a foul. So now it's an opportunity for Liverpool to go and put one in the box. This is where we're at the moment with 12 minutes to go. Liverpool going a little bit longer, trying to go into the box with this free kick.
Now Palace keeping a line about 6 yards outside the penalty area. It is hit very deep by Nyoni. The retreating Gahey got it away. Out only to the left-hand side of the penalty area, where Cardenas can do well to stop Ngamoa's cross being an effective one. Kirkes will pick up the ball nearer halfway for Liverpool, and a little bit deeper they can build again with Gomez. Gomez now through the centre circle. Nyoni, it's a terrible pass back. Error strewn from Nallo, who is trying to put his man down. Now remember, he got sent off on his Liverpool debut. Is he going to be sent off again here tonight? Craig Pawson looking at it, and he's off.
Wow. Yeah, we said it, didn't we? We got sent off in that Champions League game, and then to get the opportunity again tonight, he's just been sent off again for the young lad. But it comes from a sloppy pass. He gets caught on the ball, plays it short, and Mateta slides it in behind, and Devaney's he's in behind, and ultimately makes a foul, and it's a red card.
Well, off after 4 minutes of his debut, and 9 months on, off after 12 minutes of his home debut. And he makes his way down the tunnel. He's disconsolate, as well he might be.
Yeah, it's tragedy for the lad, but you make your own errors. You know, he made his error there, pass got caught under it, didn't clear it properly, and then all of a sudden he's chasing behind his own goal, and he's going towards his own goal, and he's obviously been red carded, which is disappointing.
Yeah, clear denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity, and a free kick to Palace. Central, 25 yards out, well struck. But Sosa's effort straight down the throat of Woodman, who hardly had to move to make the save. Sosa getting the power behind it, but not the precision. And it was very central. Here's Endo. Palace 2 up against the 10 men of Liverpool. They're going to be bringing Christantus Uche on in a moment. That may well be for Pino. Here come Liverpool working it forward, but Kirkes with a poor pass. And with Nallah's dismissal, I think any sense of lingering jeopardy, and there wasn't an awful lot of it anyway, but it's probably gone now. And it's all over by the shouting.
Yeah, it's been disappointing, really, but they've not got Ingamo in the ball enough. They've not got, it was Morrison, he started brightly, and now, Gordon's on the pitch, but Ingamo was the real bright spark in that first half, and he's not really had enough action this second half, and Liverpool have just, been flat in terms of what they've tried to do in that forward area, and they've not really created too much and been a threat to Palace, and ultimately now Palace are in control of this football match.
Well, the sports bar will be fascinating tonight. 08717 223344 is the number that gets you through to Jamie O'Hara and Dean Saunders, who will be taking your calls. Does it matter if you're a Liverpool fan, the elimination tonight? Does the level of performance in the second half matter, bearing in mind how many changes have been made? It'll be very interesting to see what Arne Slot says. We'll be speaking to him here on Talksport, of course. Here's Sosa in possession. Back from him to Gahey. I'll ask you those two questions, though, Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely, it matters, because ultimately they want to win trophies, and you want to win the Carabao Cup, and it's an opportunity for young players. The manager's giving the young players an opportunity tonight, but the big prize for Liverpool is Saturday, and that's where the reasoning why he's made the changes. But that if Liverpool were in free-flowing football, you might have seen probably a more senior side tonight.
Devaney, Lerma, back from Pino, Devaney, and he's dragged it wide. It would have been some goal, pass after pass. And Justin Devaney hit the heart of it, but he couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, lovely play from Devaney, coming off the side, playing 1-2s and linking, and not just admiring his pass, going and getting it again, and he just dragged his shot wide. But going back to that question, I think the Carabao Cup is probably the least one that Liverpool would be concentrating on in terms of going strong for. But it's an opportunity for these young players to get an opportunity to play in front of this crowd with senior players, to see what it's like to play for Liverpool. They've done okay in moments, and they've shown flashes of their good young talented players, but it's been a disappointing night for the senior players as well, in terms of the mistakes that some of them have made.
Trent's out warming up for Liverpool. Trent Koenig-Doherty on this near touchline, who has played first team football before. He played 15 minutes in that FA Cup loss at Plymouth last season. He might be the next player to be coming on. Someone else has seen red. It's a Molineux, Jeff Peters.
It's Wolves 2, Chelsea 3. Liam Delap on the field for 26 minutes. He's had 2 yellow cards. He's been sent off. He's just gone in with a flailing arm. Might have been an elbow. It was definitely a second yellow. But the main thing is he has been sent off on his return after injury. Chelsea down to 10 men. They're hanging on. Wolves 2, Chelsea 3.
It's Chelsea's 14th game of the season, and that's their 5th red card.
And the manager's been sent off
as well, so it is 6. Yeah,
there's a real lack of discipline in terms of where Chelsea are at the moment, and Delap's been out for a number of months, and to come back and get that red card will be huge disappointment for Chelsea. and for Liam myself.
So Chelsea 3-2 up, goal up but a man down. Palace 2 goals up and a man up here at Anfield. And Trent Coney-Doherty is going to be coming on very shortly. The Irish winger, another one of the teenagers on the bench for Liverpool tonight. And Arne Slot with a fatherly arm on his shoulder as he gives him a final few instructions before sending him on at the next break of play. Joe Gomez has got the ball. He's played it out towards Kirkaz. Kirkaz, a player who's been under fire from some of the Liverpool supporters. I don't necessarily think he's strengthened his reputation in their eyes tonight. Down it comes for Ramsey now. They'll work back through the midfield again to the edge of the centre circle for Liverpool, with Gordon dropping off. Gomez out to the far side. Engamoa has been one of the stars of the show for Liverpool. And now Joe Gomez. Gomez with a long diagonal ball forward. That's an excellent pass. Chiesa will chase after it. But as he picks it up on the right wing, when he looked up, there was nobody for him to try and pick out in the penalty area. Now he cuts through himself, sends a left-footed ball in that's easily headed away at the back by Gahey. And then there's a handball by Ramsey to give Palace another free kick. 5 to go. Yeah, it's good play from Chiesa. Obviously, there's nobody in the box, and he gets in there to dribble, and unfortunately there was nobody there with that man down. So Liverpool making this sub. Engamoa coming off. And Coney-Doherty is going to come on to replace him. Good ovation, as you would imagine, for Engamoa as he leaves the field. Let's go back to Swansea. Manchester City with their noses in front now. Ian Danta.
2 minutes to go. Still Swansea 1, Manchester City 2. They're easing their way home. The Premier League side, Swansea, trying to throw everything at their illustrious opponents, but not creating the gilt-edged chance they want to try and force penalties. Swansea 1, Manchester City 2.
St Mirren 2, Hearts 3, with the goal still being checked. But Pierre-Landry Cabore has the ball in the net for Hearts. And they'll be back up at 8 points clear at the top if that goal does stand. And we'll confirm the decision for you very shortly. One does stand at Molineux, the 6th goal of the night. Which way, Jeff Peters?
Wow, this is breathless stuff. The 10 men of Chelsea lead Wolves now by 4 goals to 2 in the 90th minute. Jamie Gittins, first time hit in off the post. Wow, this game has almost had everything. Wolves 2, Chelsea 4.
And that Hearts goal has been disallowed. So both sides have had a goal disallowed by the VAR there. Still 2-2 in Paisley.
Yeah, it's a big moment, and Celtic obviously winning 4-0 tonight, which cuts it to 6, so plenty of time to play for in that game. That Hearts it's not cleared up yet.
Yep, just in stoppage time. It is 2-2. The goal doesn't stand. Celtic have won. They've beaten Falkirk 4-0. Palace 2 up, looking for a third here with Pino, and he's found it, slotting it beautifully into the bottom right-hand corner. The icing on Palace's considerable cake. They played their way back into form tonight quite superbly. They lead 3-0 at Anfield.
Yeah, that's where the moments of magic's come. Just in the box, lovely finish from Pino. Cuts inside and drills it in the low in the left-hand side of Freddie Woodman. And Palace have second half have deserved this. They've been very, very classy and content the way they've played and really caused Liverpool problems.
Songs of defiance from the Liverpool supporters. A chorus of "You'll Never Walk Alone." There are plenty of empty red seats here at Anfield now. None in the away end. The jubilant Crystal Palace supporters cheering home Yeremy Pino's first goal for Crystal Palace. Liverpool 0, Palace 3. And another goal at Molineux, Jeff.
It's Wolves 3, 10-man Chelsea 4. David Moller-Wolf has got his second of the evening. Just moments after Jamie Gittins got Chelsea's fourth. There's still time here, maybe another 5 minutes or so. The 10 men of Chelsea lead Wolves 4-3. Wow.
So a second goal there for Moller-Wolf. It is live on the Talksport app. Just hit the live games tab and you'll be able to hear the conclusion of that thriller in the Black Country. Wolves 3, 10-man Chelsea 4. Here, 10-man Liverpool 3 down at home to Crystal Palace. And they're going to be eliminated from the League Cup. Palace will be through to the quarterfinals for a second successive season, I'm sure, hoping that they don't draw Arsenal away again as they did at this stage last year. 3-0 they lead tonight. And remember, they came here without a win in 4. and with no kind of form. But they've been excellent. And they'll bring it forward here with Devaney. Great cameo from him off the bench. He's just chipped one in here towards Mateta. It's headed away. Endo steers it further clear. Out towards Coney Doherty. Good strength from him to get the better of Rio Cardenas over on that far side. Now the West Indian beaten. Coney Doherty lays it back in for Chiesa. The cry from the away fans, we want 4. That's a poor challenge. It's Pino. And he's gone right through Ramsey. And he's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, it was not a great tackle, but from Pino and Ramsey. But just going back to that Palace, they've not been in great form themselves, but they've come here tonight and shown the qualities that they've had. Obviously making the 5 changes, but they've been ruthless, haven't they, in the goals that they've scored. And Liverpool have done okay, as they did before, been between the boxes. But where it matters, Palace have scored 3 wonderful goals.
Well, they had that win against Eintracht Frankfurt, Liverpool. As they bring it forward again here, and it's cleared by Gahey. Going to 3 minutes of added time. If you take that Eintracht Frankfurt win out of the equation, they've lost all the other games they've played in their last 7, and this will be a 5th successive defeat against English opposition. Kirkes getting the ball in here. Cade Gordon with a header. It's gone over the bar. Goal has been scored at Swansea. Ian Danta.
Swansea 1, Manchester City 3, all over Red Rover. Ryan Cherky latching onto a ball, sent across the 18-yard line from left to right, took a touch and then swept it past Fisher to seal Manchester City's passage through. It is Swansea 1, Manchester City 3.
Yeah, the 8-time winners into the last 8 with that goal from Ryan Cherky, his 2nd of the season. A couple of minutes of stoppage time still to be played here at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Palace 3. And the clearance from Benitez, who has been underemployed in this second half. Very little to do. Ramsey with the ball forward. Now remember, you can react to everything you've heard tonight. Some thrilling games. And another significant defeat for Liverpool here this evening. Remember, 5 successive defeats against English opposition. The last time that happened was back in September 1953.
How big a game is it Saturday now against Villa? You rest all these players, your Virtuals and Salahs and Soboslais, people like that. They need a performance, they need a result, because they can't carry on the way it's going, because it's not been to the level, like you say, of five defeats is unbelievable. 6 would be incredible. So it's a big game here at Anfield on Saturday night.
And that game is live on Talksport. Kicks off at 8, build up at 7:30. Game day exclusive from here at Anfield, Saturday evening, with Charlie alongside Adam Bridge for the call, with Liverpool in possession, hoping to launch one last attack before the end of the game. But again, possession's been turned over, and it's another opportunity for Palace to bring it forward. And here's Cristantas Uche working onto his right foot, twisting back away from Gordon, firing it in with his left, straight into the midriff of Joe Gomez. Now Gahey with a little curler, but that's gone over the bar.
No, it's not what you'd expect from Mark Gahey. Just not remember the last goal he scored, but yeah, Liverpool have been disappointed. The red card hasn't helped either, but second half, I think, some of the performances from these Palace players have been excellent, and to come here and to win 3-0 and be in real control of the game has shown that this is a top team.
Yet another defeat for Liverpool. The drama fast becoming a crisis. A 6th defeat in 7 in all competitions. And for the first time in 72 years, they've lost 5 successive matches against English opposition. Palace, Chelsea, Man United, Brentford, and now Palace again. Is the end of the crisis in sight? Villa at home here on Saturday is now a game of epic proportion. It's finished. Liverpool 0, Palace 3, as the Eagles make it through to the last 8.